Indeed.
The Natural Resources and Water Committee has started taking testimony on the timeline of the estimated 25,000-gallon oil spill and discussing the future of offshore drilling. Committee Chair Senator Henry Stern says the industry must be held accountable.
The notion of companies out there going bankrupt or finding some other legal mechanism to evade responsibility belies the public trust and undercuts our entire regulatory framework.
The pipeline is in federal waters. The owners have declined to testify. Impacted businesses can now apply for federal disaster loans from the Small Business Administration. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The effort to recall L.A. County DA George Gascon has failed, but organizers are not giving up. Former DA Steve Cooley for fundraising has restarted for a new recall petition that should be ready before the end of the year.
The fact that it not get the required 582,000 signatures in the time frame really reflected more on the organization and the lack of money, not in sentiment about the kind of work Gaston.
He says people want Gaston out because his policies support criminals and abandon people hurt by crime. Gaston's campaign says voters are tired of recalls and just want the community kept safe while the justice system gets fair reforms that are long overdue. A group has formed to lobby for changes in Sacramento on how people re-enter society after serving time in prison. The Re-Entry Providers Association of California's Sean Huff says the group wants to see changes in legislation, including rehiring laws.
What you have is a licensing issue. Many of those with prior criminal records aren't able to get licensed in the careers of their choice. And so now you're often forced to work whatever job will accept you.
The organization will also assess gaps in re-entry services across the state, such as education and housing. They will also call for budget changes they see are needed. California's Attorney General has warned parents about cannabis edibles packaged to look like snack and candy brands that are popular with kids. He says the packaging is nearly identical to stuff like Cheetos, Fruity Pebbles, and Sour Patch Kids.
If you see a major candy or food brand selling a cannabis product, it's almost certainly an illegal copycat.
He says the edibles are being sold online and at unlicensed shops in California.
We're making a fundamental change to our company.
Facebook is now Meta. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says the name Facebook just doesn't encompass everything they do anymore.
Now we have a new North Star to help bring the metaverse to life.
Zuckerberg says Meta comes from the Greek word for beyond and better represents the company. He says he expects the metaverse to reach 1 billion people within the next decade with things like virtual and augmented reality. From the Southern California Toyota dealers traffic center, we make it easy. We have a crash on the 5 in our lead.
Northbound side of the 5 right before Osborne Street, that's where the 3 right lanes have been shut down. Things are really heavy coming away from Summit Boulevard. And then if you're heading along the southbound side of the 5, in between Paramount and Lakeway getting through Downey, South Trans working in the far right lane. Overall, that's going to be pretty close from Indiana Street. Into just Park, 134, westbound side of Forest Lawn. The South Street still has the right lane and off-ramp taken away. Things are slowing down right away San Fernando Road. Through Orange County, eastbound 91, things are slowing down from Valley View on over to about Harbor as you're getting into the Anaheim area. Though you're still a big rig, though, right there at Brookhurst to clear some lanes. And things are going to slow down as you're heading along the 91 westbound side out of Riverside from Van Buren over to McKinley. KFI in the sky hopes to get you there faster. I'm Jerry.
You've got dreams. Maybe you want to refinance so you can start those home improvements you've been putting off. Take that long-awaited vacation, or pay off high-interest debt like credit cards, student loans, or personal loans. Take advantage. Your home equity has never been higher. I'm Lisa Alley of Summit Lending. We are a business dedicated to complete transparency and committed to obtaining loan packages that provide the lowest rates on the market. Summit Lending is family-owned and operated, and our service level is unparalleled. Check us out online. Our reviews speak for themselves. We have our own credit line with our own bank and can compete with anyone. Every KFI customer has direct access to the president of the company. That's me, Lisa. And remember, we love our veterans. For a rate quote within the hour, call Summit Lending at 800-640-1350. That's 800-640-1350, or email me personally at gowithsummit.com. Once again, that's 800-640-1350.
MNLS number 339255. DRE license number 0186478.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow closed up 240, S&P 500 up 45, NASDAQ up 212, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas in California is $4.57.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call.
Southland weather from KFI sunny tomorrow, highs low to mid-80s for Metro LA, mid-80s to around 90 in the valleys, low to mid-80s for Inland OC, low to upper 80s in the IE. Right now it's 90 in Tustin, 78 Laguna Beach, 85 in Fontana, and 89 in Van Nuys. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Mark.
The Johnny Kent Show, John Cobelt and Ken Shampo, KFI, and 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We're back!
Yeah, and in 15 minutes, it's still happening. You'll have a chance to win $1,000 at nationwide contest. I think we learned yesterday. I think it's the galaxy-wide, right?
Yes, it is the entire Milky Way galaxy.
Wherever you can pick up the show, you hear the keyword, you text it in.
There are
somewhere in the
listeners.
galaxy you have a phone you can text on.
There are listeners with green skin, 3 heads, and 4 penises, and they are also texting to win.
How many? Wait a minute. Oh, 10 penises.
Yes. That's 3 heads, 4 penises.
Wow. It's pretty active life.
We have a diverse audience.
I'd like to picture that.
You know, there's multiple genders, there's multiple, they have multiple everything.
That keyword is coming up in about 15 minutes. Well, we'll talk about John's VA encampment, and of course, one of the big stories this afternoon is forcible touching. That's what they're charging ex-New York Governor Andrew Cuomo with in the case of groping a former aide at the executive mansion in Albany, New York. That's upstate New York. It says here, according to the New York Post, the crime could force him to register as a sex offender if he's convicted. Now, does this mean he can't run for office again? Don't they have rules about that? Or
Felonies usually keep you from running for office.
if being a sex offender does? Well,
Look how long Clinton lasted. I don't know. It depends on the New York law. I mean, generally felonies are a barrier to holding office, but maybe not always. And this is a misdemeanor, and he'd have to be convicted of it.
The complaint is he did intentionally and for no legitimate purpose forcibly place his hand under the blouse shirt of the victim and into her intimate body part.
Oh my God. That sounds
This is the
really
allegation
awesome.
where he grabs her and specifically the victim's left breast.
Maximum sentence, 1 year in jail.
The purpose of degrading and satisfying his sexual desire. Wow.
It's, I guess
A
it's,
misdemeanor with 1 year in jail. I mean, I think of misdemeanors, I always think they just let you off with a fine, a warning,
well, that's in LA.
time served, parole, probation, you name it.
Misdemeanors are 1 year or less of jail time in a county jail, not a state prison.
Oh, okay.
That's generally what it is. That's what it is in California, but they stopped prosecuting misdemeanors here.
The name of the person that was assaulted is not in the paperwork here, but everyone knows it's former Cuomo aide Brittany Cavisso, 33 years old. Eventually these women did become public, and so they cooperated with the Attorney General in her investigation of the complaints against Cuomo, which eventually led to his resignation.
She went on TV some time ago and said Cuomo, quote, put his hand up my blouse and cupped my breast over my bra while they were in the executive mansion.
Yeah, it's one of those working late stories, I think, or something.
And then he announced his resignation the next day. After she did that interview.
Oh, that's right. Okay, because I was going to say, right, that Attorney General's report came out, and then she gave the interview, and then he quit.
Yeah. Right, because
You're right. After the AG's report came out, everyone was saying he should quit, but he didn't. Just some days later, didn't it?
he gave 14 days notice.
No, but I meant before he announced he was resigning. I forget how long the time frame was between the Attorney General's report, which made big news, and the time he actually quit. But you're saying the day after she gave the interview, then he officially quit.
Yes.
They don't know when he'll be arrested, booked and arraigned, but a source briefed on the matter told the New York Post the arrest will likely take place next week.
That's the arrest. And think how long
Or he surrendered.
How long Clinton got away with his stuff? He was getting arrested.
No.
But it's rare. I mean, hardly any politician, I mean, of that stature, right?
Yeah.
Gets arrested for all the sex crimes they committed, and many of them have committed sex crimes.
Well, this
Most of the
took
time,
place on the afternoon of December 7th last year, so it's also very, very, very recent.
Right.
But they always complain, oh, these stories are old, and we got the statute of limitations, and we got people's memories.
But he did this at the age of 63, right? Can you imagine what he's done on his life? And people didn't report it, and the statute of limitations has run out. Can you imagine?
He just got lonelier as he aged.
Guys don't commit their first breast grab at 63. All right, that starts when you're 14, 15 years old. Just nobody dared complain because he was a plumber. And since he was a teenager, his dad was a big deal. And women just put up with it.
Yeah, I know.
So,
if he's deemed to pose a moderate or high risk to the community, according to the judge, then his name, address, and other information would be posted online, which would be kind of funny.
oh yeah.
So people know if he's coming into the neighborhood.
Yeah, oh, it'd be great if they make him. Did they ever make Clinton register as a sex offender?
They did not. What was he ever convicted of?
Well, I
There was
know.
that civil case involving Paula Jones.
Right. Clinton's really on my mind because I've been watching that series.
Yeah, I'm going to say you are obsessed with Clinton right now.
Well, it just, you know, timing is everything. He grew up at a time where, you know, half of Washington was defending him. He had feminists defending him, the National Organization of Women. His wife was defending him. Everybody was saying it's not true, that Monica Lewinsky is a nut, and she's delusional, she's making this up, right? And then much of the public was buying this. Oh, yeah, she was a nut, she's delusional. Who would want her, blah, blah, blah. It turned out all to be true. And it's now 30 years later, or 25 years later, now look at this. You can actually get the governor arrested and thrown in jail for a squeeze of her breast.
And apparently the timing was not coincidental. The state attorney general, Letitia James, who issued that report about Cuomo, is going to run for governor. She just announced it. And they said the fact that he may be arrested will probably make her look better in the eyes of voters because she, you know, said that they vindicate her report that now they're going to bring a criminal case against him.
Did he crash hard, though? I mean, it was the greatest orgy of knob slobbering in media history.
2020, he was riding high.
When he was doing those stupid, phony baloney COVID press conferences. Mr. Empathy. Mr. I'm in charge. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to save us all. And I know so many people I had considered level-headed, people who weren't even progressive, who were just falling for this guy's nonsense.
Yeah, they were taking and the whole homosexual thing.
Nutrition, a step ahead for their best life.
But it shows you how susceptible people are. They so desperately want to idolize, especially somebody in power. I mean, it's inside the vast majority of people, the desire to idolize somebody.
Well, I think it's also with the politicians that people want a daddy. They want somebody that's strong and commanding and can tell them and comfort them.
That's right.
Can handle things. It's the same thing with the loving a celebrity. Right?
Everybody was so scared. A lot of people wouldn't admit to it now, but they were so scared that Cuomo did look like this big, strong daddy with a powerful voice and demeanor.
Particularly because Trump was in charge, and they hated Trump, so they were looking for somebody like this to be just as strong in the other direction.
Why do you need this stuff? This is what I wonder about human nature. Why do you need this? He was staking it all the time. He's killing people all over the place. There's just no video of all the elderly people dying in their nursing homes. We couldn't see that. Plus he's busy writing a book to tell the world how great he is, and he was doing it on taxpayer time, using taxpayer supplies, and using his staff, who were being paid by the taxpayers as well. So he had that criminal operation running while he's killing the old people, and then he's busy grabbing rear ends and breasts all over the place.
All right, so Andrew Cuomo apparently will be charged with a misdemeanor for forcible touching. All right, when we return, the first thing you're going to hear is the key word to text in to win $1,000. Then we'll talk about what's going on in John's homeless encampment.
It's a big day. Big day coming. Big day. Johnny Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
Doctors at St. Jude Children's Hospital have come out with a coloring book to help explain the COVID-19 vaccine to kids. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits has fallen to its lowest level since the pandemic started. The Supreme Court has lifted a stay of execution for a 6-year-old inmate in Oklahoma who killed a prison cafeteria worker in 1998. His execution next week will be the first in the state since a series of botched executions more than 6 years ago. Trouble on the 134 next.
We should never take for granted clean air. IQ Air's mission is simple. They want to give you the cleanest air possible, and they developed the affordable Autumn series to do just that.
The Autumn Desk is a revolutionary air purifier that transforms your workspace into personal clean air zones.
Unlike other air filtration systems that may take hours to purify the air in a room, the Autumn Desk begins working immediately.
Its unique design protects you by removing ultrafine particles from your personal breathing zone. It's compact, portable, and fits perfectly on any desktop.
You just place it right next to you while you work. Create your own personal bubble of ultra-pure air.
Designed in Switzerland and manufactured in Germany, this game-changing technology is proven to remove 99% of all airborne pollutants.
We've been using the Autumn Desk in our studio now for months, and it's fantastic. Purify your workspace today with the Autumn Desk.
Visit IQAir.com/US to learn more, or give them a call at 800-500-4AIR. That's IQAir.com/US or 800-500-4247. We have a crash on the 134 Griffith Park.
Oh, sorry.
Need taking away the free right lane, so you can jump up there from about Summer Boulevard. Southbound side of the 5 in between Paramount and Lakewood and Downey. That's where Caltrans is working in the far right lane. Things are pretty slow there coming away from Indiana. And in Anaheim, north on 57 right before Lincoln Avenue, it's fastest move to the right shoulder, depending heavy from before Ball Road. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave.
This report is sponsored by Grocery Outlet. Your neighborhood grocery outlet remains committed to providing you a clean and safe shopping experience. Their stores are locally owned and operated by people in your community, and they love helping you save money at your neighborhood grocery outlet.
Well, thank you. You're a lifesaver. No problem. There were some things in my car. I love a new car like yours. Actually, it's not new. It's a Toyota certified used car. Wow. This is priceless. Oh, that's because Toyota inspects from top to bottom. Gives them great warranty. And, you know, it's a Toyota. Mind dropping me off to the Toyota dealer? Good news.
The best new cars do make the best used cars. And now, get 1.99 APR on any used Camry, Corolla, RAV4, or any of the Prius family. Along with a 160-point inspection, you get a 12-month or 12,000-mile limited comprehensive warranty and 7 years of roadside assistance from the date of purchase. For all warranties, see dealer for details. Not all customers will qualify. Limited term financing through Toyota Financial Services. Must take delivery from Toyota Certified Used Vehicle Dealer stock by midnight November 1st. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/start. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
This is Liz.
Oh, hi, Mom.
She just stepped up to care for her mom. And she has questions. Lots of questions. Liz, meet CareWell. It's your shop for caregiving and medical supplies. Get brands like Depends, Ensure, and Tranquility delivered at prices you'll love. From 24/7 care specialists trained to take your questions. And super fast shipping. Caregiving isn't easy, but you don't have to do it alone. Visit carewell.com/radio for $10 off. That's carewell.com/radio. Terms apply.
Addressing hair loss has never been easier thanks to Advanced Hair Restoration's simple one-day treatment. The most difficult part? Making the call for your free consultation. Call 844-33-HAIR and get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. AdvancedHair.com.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-501-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NYID 11713. Not licensed in all states. Visit NYSPClicense.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Under the financing law. Number 603D77. Subject to change and may not be additional payment law. Discount operating cost. Subject to approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
The Medicare annual enrollment period, well, it's now here. It's open. And navigating Medicare, that can simply be overwhelming. Why? Because every plan is different. They change every year, and sometimes significantly. And you have a unique situation and budget. You're just different from your neighbor. AGA, Medicare Options, will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. They'll help you find plans that are accepted by your physician, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and even if you're already on Medicare, or you're about to go on Medicare, set up a free benefit review from AGA to ensure you're still on the best plan, or will be, and it's absolutely free. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword My Medicare. That's pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com. That's AGAMedicareOptions.com. I would always worry about using the radio and the air conditioning too much, and then you get caught where it goes, and then you're done. But
Weeknights at 6 on KMI. KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword PAY, P-A-Y, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's PAY to 200-200.
When the phone rings, answer it. It's going to be from a number you don't recognize. That could be the money. And listen for your next chance at 20 after the hour. It's always between 5:20 in the morning, 7:20 at night, every hour. And we do it again at 3:20 from now. All right. Well, a couple of listeners forwarded us this press release. Something called VAG laws. Everything's an acronym now. VAG-LAHS. VAG laws. It stands for VA Greater Los Angeles Healthcare System. And in their press release, they say they have worked with homeless veterans at the San Vicente encampment. That's on LA's west side in the Brentwood area. And connected just about all of them to housing assistance. The press release says the encampment had a high of 56 people. The current census is 24. As of today, 19 have planned dispositions, that's the term they use, including VA programs, hotel placements, and emergency shelter options. We're continuing to work at the remaining 5. That's on the hold out. 556. No, I'm not going. I like it here. That's the governor I saw. I thought there'd be more holdouts. Yeah. So, yesterday we got word, I think a listener sent us something, and then I went on Nextdoor app, and it made it sound like everybody was cleared out. That wasn't the case yet. All right, you went and looked. I went and looked. The photos online were of the tents that some of these guys are moving into. And they have new rows of tents on the other side of the fence on the VA property. And they're light blue tents with white roofs, American flags. They look really nice. And a lot of guys are going to be moving in on the VA land. And I'm fine with you, because now they're off the sidewalk in the street. That's right. You go ahead, the VA can do what it wants with his land if it wants tents on it. It's their land. If they don't want these problems, then go ahead. No, but because they had taken over the roadway. They had taken over the shoulder, and they had taken over the right lane. It's 2 lanes in each direction. Will it still be a problem, though, that they come out and they're going to wander the streets and beg and harass and annoy and... It is not a total solution, but certainly a better situation. It's a better situation because it was pretty scary to drive in front of that because guys would jump out in the streets or they would roll into the streets. And they'd be drinking out of whiskey bottles, and they'd be getting into fights, and there was 2 murders. A third person died the other day. I think on Sunday, it was supposedly a non-homicide. So who the hell knows? So, but it's 3 deaths in 6 months. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I suppose.
Right.